Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Coatl. So let me start with this game being a wonderful player game and it plays relatively easily. I am going to talk about the title. I feel really weird saying the name because it's not in English. I did look up how to say it, the pronunciation online. I found a number of different pronunciations and each of them gave a different concept of the pronunciation. So if you wish to have a go at my pronunciation because it sounds weird, bear in mind I have actually tried to get it right. This is using the Incan, whatever language those guys were in. It's using their native tongue is my understanding of the whole title thing. So please, if it's wrong, please forgive. I have tried to get it right. I find that I've got so many games behind me that there's a couple of titles there that aren't in English and therefore I'm making up how to say them or I'm going by the thing that I've heard. On this one, I haven't heard anything about this. I've not heard a single person talking about this game. However, I'm really glad that I've got it. I'm really glad that I'm able to talk to you about this game. So as I say, it's a wonderful player game. The whole idea of it is you're building up these, there's snakes by the way, building up these snakes, and as soon as you have 3 of them finished, that will be the end of the game. There's like, finish the round off, have extra turns depending on your turn order. But in essence, once you finish that 3rd snake, that's game. But what you're trying to do is get combinations of the colours that are available to us. So you only have one of 3 actions on your turn. You can take pieces of the snake, so either a head or a tail or 2 body pieces, and put them onto your board. You can keep a total of 8 on your board. You can take some cards into your hand. Those cards are where the points are coming from. So the cards that are in your hand are telling you the combinations of colors that you're trying to build up within your snake. So you might have, say, red and black. So every red and black is going to get you points. So if you can finish a snake off with 4 red and black pairings, then you're going to get so many points. If you only have 1 black pairing, you probably only get 1 point for it. And so there's a list of how many points you get for how many pairings. Having more pairings than the card allows doesn't add any more to it. It's just whatever is on the card, that's what you're going after. Sometimes they're asking for 2 of this color with not this color next to it. And you can balance that by putting that with other cards that actually look for 2 of this color and 2 reds and things like that, that they kind of connect. And this is really the game, is finding the cards that are going to connect and then being able to build that particular pattern of the cards. There are other cards which have 2 things on them that you're trying to do, but they're public goals. And so you're trying to get certain length on your snake. Or you're trying to build snakes that don't have any black in them, for example. Things like that. And if you can get both things, you're going to get 7 points. If you only get 1 of them, you only get 3 points. Finding cards that work together, because you are at a maximum of 4 of those other cards and 1 of the public cards. You do have a closed gold card that's just you, which is same as the public cards, but it's just you. No one else can grab that. If you can finish a snake and get that one, then great, you put that down and push them aside and keep going. You can be building a maximum of 2 of your snakes, which means that on the build action, which is where you're taking snake pieces off your own board and putting them onto the actual structure of the snake, you could finish, if you've got 2 going, you could finish one, put it aside and start another one all in that same turn. I really appreciate that. I think that's a really good mechanism, a good way to think about it. The game of this that I had, I was finding that I was getting a lot of cards. I wonder if those cards happen to be kind of in order, is probably the best way to say it, but I was able to pull out some really good cards that gave me, I think I managed to get 20 points off one of the snakes, whereas in the video, the Gamesplay video, you'll notice that I'm actually struggling a little bit to get more than 1 or 2 cards on each of the structures, and then to actually build that within the snake is it's a little bit harder. And I think that's one of the beauties of this game, is sometimes it's going to be really easy, sometimes it's going to be pretty hard. Now, what I find with this game is the actual look of the game on the table. It looks pretty. It's got plastic snake pieces, it's plastic heads, plastic tails, plastic everywhere. Pretty enough cards, but the amount of plastic makes it look like it's a kid's game. The gameplay, while it would work really well as a kid's game, don't misunderstand me, I think this is actually quite a good game for a younger generation. The gameplay could get really intense with the, okay, which cards do I take to get those combinations? And that's really the beauty of this game. I think that games should be trying to, aim at bringing kids into playing, but be games that gamers could play. This is a 10 plus game is the age range on it, so it's saying that this is a little bit younger than a lot of the games on the shelves, so it is actually built for a younger audience. I fear that a younger audience playing this game against a gamer, they're really going to struggle. There's enough going on to make it interesting for both parties. There's enough going on to make it able for a gamer to win without having to rely on luck or anything else like that, which may turn the young gamer off. So you've got to be really careful of that. The whole thing with this is get on the table and play it and get a feel for it. Have a watch of the videos and get a feel for them to see if this is a game that actually would sit nicely with your family, with your group. I'm going to pull this out as soon as I get a group of 4 players together. I'm going to pull this out and have a game of it to get a feel for it, to see if it works really well with those older people. I played it with my daughter the other day and we both had a lot of fun playing it. We did. It's a good game. There's not a heap going on with it other than what I've just said. There are, by the way, some 3 little bonus tokens or extra action tokens that get you around those little problems. So if the bits of snake that are available up here are definitely not what you're looking for, there's a little token you can use to pick out the pieces that you're actually looking for and then fill up the board. There's little tokens like that they're worthwhile, and it's good to know that they're there and to use them eventually. You may not find that you use all of them straight away. You're definitely not in the early rounds, but you may find that they just kind of get you out of a hole, out of a little space that's a space of trouble. Look, I think that that's enough about this game. I will leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.